What is the difference between cash flow and free cash flow? Cash flow is defined as net cash generated from operations. It represents the cash our core operations generates during a particular period of time. It does not, however, consider the cash reinvested back into the business during that period of time. Free cash flow does. Free cash flow is net cash generated from operating activities, or cash flow, minus capital expenditures, the amount of cash that we reinvest back into the business during that period of time, is equal to free cash flow. So again, free cash flow is cash flow minus capital expenditures, whereas cash flow only takes into consideration the cash generated from the core operations of the business during a particular period of time. Now you might hear in the news, Tesla is making money or generating cash flow, but is burning cash. What does that mean? What it means is their core business is profitable, they're making cash and they're generating cash, but they're investing more CapEx to create a new facility, to make a new manufacturing plant that's even greater than what the business is generating. That's called a negative free cash flow, or often you might hear the term burn rate of a new startup. So cash flow is the cash that's generated from core operations. It does not take into consideration the reinvestment back into the business and capital expenditures. Free cash flow is cash flow minus capital expenditures and gives you a final measure of what the business is generating after all obligations are met. In fact, let me read to you from a recent 10K of a Fortune 100 company exactly what they state with regards to free cash flow in their 10K. Management believes that free cash flow is an important liquidity measure for the company and that it is useful to investors and management as a measure of our ability to generate cash. Once business needs and obligations are met, this cash can be used to reinvest in the company for future growth or to return to shareholders through dividend payments or share repurchases. In other words, this is a very investor-friendly measure that gives them a sense of, after all obligations for investment into the company have been met, how much net cash is generated by the entity. If free cash flow is an important measure for your business, it's important to understand the levers you have to impact it. Anything you can do to have a positive impact on cash flow or reduce or manage capital expenditures will have a positive impact on free cash flow.